If you've tried grounding yourself during a spiritual shift and it gives you some temporary relief, but then your thoughts and emotions start spiraling again, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that the traditional ways we were taught to ground and center ourselves, they're just not enough anymore. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple, reliable way to come back to your center when everything around you and inside of you feels unstable. But before I do that, we need to talk about why the old ways of grounding don't feel like they're working anymore. When you go through a real spiritual shift, it feels like everything is in flux, and all at the same time. Strong emotions come up out of nowhere. Memories of past experiences you thought you had already dealt with suddenly rise to the surface again. Your body feels strange or uncomfortable. You feel more tired than usual, or maybe you notice aches and pains, pressure, sensitivity, or other physical symptoms that make you wonder, what is happening to me? Relationships can feel off too, not necessarily in some dramatic way, but suddenly the way you relate to family members, friends, partners, or coworkers feels different. Conversations that used to feel easy feel heavier, and certain people start to irritate you or drain you in ways that they didn't before. And underneath all of that, there's a quiet fear. Is my life falling apart? Am I falling apart? Did I do something wrong? I've experienced these kinds of shifts many times in my life. Many times. I know it can be incredibly uncomfortable, but it's all part of the process. So the real question becomes this: how do you stay grounded and centered and balanced when everything around you and inside of you feels unstable? Well, many of us have picked up various tips or techniques over the years. You've probably tried some of these yourself. Walking barefoot on the grass or the dirt or sand, doing physical exercise, gardening, eating root vegetables, or consciously connecting to the earth. You slow your breathing, you focus on your physical connection to the earth, and maybe even you imagine that you're a large tree with roots reaching deep into the ground. These methods do help. They can help you feel a little more stable, a little more present. But the energies of the earth and of human consciousness are shifting. You're changing as well. Your vibration is much different than it was just a few months ago. And the traditional ways of grounding and regaining your equilibrium are no longer enough. Because even if your body feels a little more grounded, your thoughts still spiral. Your emotions still swing wildly. You still find yourself worrying, reacting, questioning everything, or feeling disconnected from the light of who you truly are. A couple of years ago, my guides made it very clear to me that in this new phase of human evolution, grounding needs to happen in a different place. In the heart. Your heart is becoming your new center of stability. And before I briefly describe how to do this, if you want a more complete step-by-step walkthrough of this approach, I've created another video that dives into this in detail. You can click the link right here or watch it after this. Now, at a fundamental level, your heart is the center point of who you are. It's the bridge between your physical reality and the non-physical realms, between your human self and your higher self. And that's why grounding in your heart is so important right now. You are a physical being incarnate in a human body. Yet the greater part of you, the true you, is non-physical. This topic is something I've been guided to share more and more because living from your heart is essential for navigating our spiritual growth right now. So instead of trying to stabilize everything externally, you bring your awareness inward. You consciously ground yourself in your heart. That's your new anchor point. And here's how simple and easy this new way of grounding can be. You close your eyes and slow your breathing. Instead of focusing on your feet or your root chakra, focus your attention on your heart, right in the center of your chest. Then imagine that you're breathing in and out of your heart a little slower and deeper than usual. That's it. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to make anything happen. Simply bring your attention to your heart and allow your breathing to become a little slower and deeper. What this does is it brings your attention inward. It brings your breath into a calmer, more coherent rhythm. It starts to bring your energy back into alignment, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It calms your nervous system. it starts to affect your body chemistry, and it brings you into better alignment with your higher self. All of this happens with a very simple breathing technique, and it doesn't take very long. Try doing it for as little as 60 seconds, and you'll probably notice a shift inside of you. From that calmer, more centered place, you start to feel like, okay, I'm still here, I can breathe, I can move through this, I can come back to myself, my true self, even when everything else in your life is shifting. You ground and center in your heart. That's the new approach. That's the new key. Now, here are a few other things that can support you during a spiritual shift. Spend more time in nature. Find a place with trees, or if you have access to water, spend time near a lake or river or the ocean. Getting away from the built environment of traffic, noise, crowds, and constant stimulation helps your system to rebalance and settle. Even a short walk around trees can bring you back into a more calm and centered state. Short daily meditation is also very powerful. My mentor used to say that the top 3 ways to improve your life are meditate, meditate, and meditate. But that doesn't mean you have to spend hours every day in meditation. 5 or 10 minutes can be enough. 15 to 20 minutes is ideal. Set a timer, sit quietly, and breathe. You can even use the breathing technique I just shared with you. And most people don't know this, but the real power of meditating is in the regular, consistent practice, not the number of hours you spend. Meditating once a month is better than nothing, but if you want to get the full benefit of meditation, do it daily. And the earlier in the day you do it, the better. And here's a final suggestion for helping you get through a spiritual shift. If it feels right, seek out someone to support you. An energy healer, spiritual practitioner, or someone who understands what you're going through can help you find relief, stay positive, and move through your metamorphosis with grace and ease. And it doesn't have to be a big project. Sometimes a single session can help you feel clearer and more supported. But if you take nothing else from this video, always come back to your heart. Your heart is the key. And remember, all that discomfort and disorder and discombobulation that you're going through is temporary. Your higher self is guiding you to the next phase of your life because you're ready. And your energetic system is simply reorganizing and rebalancing to accommodate the shift. When you have a reliable, stable center within you, you move through that process with more ease, more clarity, more grace, and eventually more trust. If what I've shared here resonates with you and you want to go deeper, I've created a video where I walk you through a more complete version of this new heart-based grounding technique step by step. So if you're ready for that next level, you can watch that video here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Aloha.